Hello and welcome to the first edition of Extra in 2021. I'm Joanne Hines.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Here at Extra, we bring you expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City News. A happy way to start this happy new year is to share a story that involves my co-host Joanne's accomplishments. Joanne, you deserve to tell your story.
Thank you, Georgia. As a member of the GFWC, the General Federation of Women's Clubs, our mission is service. I chaired a project to create accessible lending libraries for children. That project became a reality in December. Here's the unveiling.
Well, we are not in Sun City anymore. I've got a friend helping me today. Hello, Mr. Pig.
Hello.
We got to find out what's going on here.
Okie dokie.
Jojo, tell us what's happening here today as we stand in Piggly Wiggly Supermarket.
Well, we're about to open our first Mr. Pig's Book Nook here in the Ridgeland store.
All right.
Jojo, this looks like a matter of not just bringing books and putting them on a shelf. And as we'll see with the great unveiling, that'll be exciting. But tell me, what is the process? This just didn't happen today. What did you all go through?
Well, when we decided to do the lending library, what we call Mr. Pig's Book Nook, we collected books from our members of the GFWC and their relatives. They were very kind and reached out. We had a lot of teachers that have now retired and still had their books. I got those. We collected over 1,000 books. And we did the process of grading them by level, by colors, because colors, you'll see there's colors on each book, on each level. And I had a whole committee. My original committee was Carrie Norris, who spearheaded the actual thing, if you will, the actual Book Nook, Karen Buckley and Tony Fainer.
Now, who came up with the name Mr. Pig's Book Nook?
That would be Carrie. That would be Carrie Norris.
It's very clever. Do you approve of the name?
Yes.
Now, you said you've collected over 1,000 books. Is there any opportunity that you'll have to perhaps expand this idea to other locations?
Oh, you know it, Georgia. This isn't just a one-time deal. With the help of Mr. Sherman, he actually owns some more Piggly Wigglies in the Beaufort, Jasper area. And we've got one going in Port Royal, hopefully very soon, next month, hopefully. And then we're going to go on to Hardyville. And then maybe we will eventually take that trip up 17 and go to Walterboro.
Well, thank you for letting us be here to enjoy the event and to kick off something that's so valuable to the kids in the community.
Thank you, Georgia.
Mr. Sherman, kudos to you for letting us take a space in your store to do a community outreach project. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
What do you think the reception will be, the response from your customers when they see the Book Nook?
Well, we have a lot of children that visit the Piggly Wiggly, so I think it's going to be a home run. I thought the idea was a great idea, and I think it'll do well.
I thought about some of those antsy little children in the buggy where they're getting a little bored with the shopping that mama still got to do, and they can browse their book while they go. So you're doing a real service, not just to those children, but to mamas and daddies everywhere. So thank you. Now let me ask, does your store or stores, since you have several, do you do other community outreach projects?
Yes, whenever we can, we try to. We partner with JARM, Jasper Animal Rescue Mission. Twice a year we do a fundraiser for food and different things that they need. We partner with the library a couple times a year with a bake sale. There's a local food bank, the Resource Mission Food Bank, and right now we're partnering with them. So yeah, any chance we get to help the community be part of it, use our facility, we're in.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting the GFWC do something for your customers. It's very generous of you.
Well, when the ladies of the Low Country called me and explained to me what they wanted to do. I saw the bookshelf that we already had up there that we were using for something else, but it's a perfect fit. So,
Again, thank you.
very good. Thank you.
Karen, what was your role in creating this great space for kids?
Well, a couple of us came and we painted the shelves, and we worked on that, and that was it, really. Just the collecting of the books and painting.
I love volunteers like you who say, it was just that. You know it was more. What are you hoping the kids take from this? What's the benefit that you're looking for?
I think it's a great opportunity for them to enlarge their knowledge and reading, and like you said, when they're just riding around, they can be looking at their own books. So I'm really happy about this.
We've got quite a selection here and a great variety for different age groups. It's awesome.
I think it'll be wonderful.
Are you excited about the idea of expanding it to other stores?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for your time that you've dedicated to this project.
Thank you.
Carrie, you are a former elementary school teacher, and I understand that you are the creator, as JoJo told me, of the name. You've titled this Forever to Be the Mr. Pig's Book Nook. How'd you come up with that?
Well, I think when I was teaching, we had a book nook in the room where kids, when they finished their work, could go over and take a book that they wanted and just read quietly, little cushions around, and it was just a real sweet time. So, and, Mr. Pig, Book Nook, it just kind of came together.
All about you. Now, Carrie, you have helped to identify the books, as we see from the chart. Will that help the parents, and we hope, in selecting books with their children?
Oh, I think so. The color coding and the way that it's marked by the different levels. I think it was a brain trust of our committee, and JoJo spearheads that. But it was just a real love of children and getting books in their hands to enrich their lives and just be a win-win, as Mr. Sherman said, a home run.
It definitely is a home run for GFWC in the Sun City group. But I have to say, the other thing that you're looking at is really, because you've identified the books, it gives it a serious nature, that this isn't just a pile of books. I think the other thing you do is help a parent make that link with their child. Let's look at this shelf, because that's your age. Let's look at this book. Remember, you talked about.
Exactly.
I think you people have done so much beyond what's sitting on this shelf right now. You've made moments for families. Okay. Carrie, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, I would sure like to give a call out to the residents of Sun City Hilton Head that if they would like to donate books in honor of grandchildren, in memory of someone, to enrich children's lives, you can drop them off at 179 Nautical Lane at JoJo Hines, our chairperson, and we greatly appreciate it. And just think about the joy that the children will have when they're reading these books, that you helped with that project. Thank you, Georgia.
Thank you, Carrie. This is wonderful. Once upon a time, there lived a young boy named Jackie Robinson. Looking at him, you might think he was just an ordinary boy. He walked like his friends. He talked like his friends. He even dressed like his friends. But there was one thing about Jackie that made him very special. Can you guess what it is? Joanne, your service project has already earned monetary awards to purchase books, to maintain and expand to more locations in 2021.
That is correct. That is correct. Thank you, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And another Sun City group deserves credit for providing service. Georgia, now you have that story.
The new Sun City Environmental Action Group's 4Rs subcommittee is challenging us. Freddie Hoffman, manager of the 2021 Neighborhood Challenge, shared some details of the project in an exclusive interview for Extra. Freddie, you got a chance on last month's Sun City News to introduce us to the idea of the Neighborhood Challenge from the 4Rs group of the Environmental Action Group. Now, as the team leader of a project called the Neighborhood Challenge, are you ready to give us the details?
Yes. So what we're looking for is for each neighborhood, or as many as we can get, to have a captain and maybe a group of their friends that'll work with the 4Rs team to share information on how do you recycle and why do we recycle, and basically focus on the 4Rs. And the 4Rs are reduce, replace, reuse, and recycle. And it's a pyramid. So it's not a contest who fills their bin completely, because hopefully you're reducing what you're using and you're reusing things, and so the bin isn't full. And we can talk about some of the ways that we can do that. And then we're going to count the bins in February. We're going to count them in April on Earth Day week and see which neighborhood had the biggest increase in use. But we're all going to work with those teams from the neighborhoods to share fun ways they can help their neighbors be better stewards of the environment.
Well, it sounds like a challenge to bring in some new people, to get people on board to help you. Just remind us again, if I decide to be the captain, how much work am I looking at? How much time am I going to be spending?
It can be very little. It can be sending a few emails or making some copies and putting in boxes of the basic information that we have on how to recycle. And we have really great sheets on what's acceptable from waste management and what you can do or what you can take to Publix. And so it's sharing some information. It's counting the bins first week of February. It's counting the bins Earth Day week, and sending that information to me along with any other information on what you've done as a neighborhood. So it can be very little, but you can also have some real fun. Get a group of people. I'm thinking in our neighborhood we may have a fair, and I'll talk about some of these things on the table, to share ideas of how are we reducing what we use, or partnering people that can't carry their bin out with people that can help them carry their bin out, or partnering with some people at the workshop who make our bin buddies that we can carry these out so we don't have to lift them up or anything. They stay in this nice little carrier. So there can be lots of fun ways to be environmental stewards in your own neighborhood.
Well, there's a lot of exciting information. And as I saw the slides that you presented to the neighborhood representatives that they've shared with us, I realized I have been making some mistakes in my recycling and repurposing. So maybe could you give us a general do's and don'ts, the highlights, maybe the big mistakes we all make?
One is not cleaning things. Two is that you put things in there, plastics that don't have a triangle on them. The number one thing is to look for the triangle. If it's got a triangle and the numbers are 1 to 5, but it's all on this simple sheet, you can take it, and magazines, newspapers, some people think it only can be black and white newspaper, not magazines. No, they take all the magazines. So, there's lots of, it's not as complicated as I actually thought, because I thought we could only do 1 and 2. I thought I had to take the cover off the bottles. No, and I was really surprised to learn that on your milk cartons, and I buy milk cartons, not plastic bottles, that you can leave the little plastic cap. That's fine.
Because we've been separating our plastic caps and our metal caps. We kept them all separate. Now, we just recently had some discussion on Facebook, it looked like, about we have our own recycling paper-only bin here in Sun City. Is cardboard able to be recycled as paper?
Yes, you take your cardboard and you put it in your bin, or you put it next to your bin. You do have to flatten it,
Right.
and take all the tape off it. But no, they recycle all the cardboard.
I think we'll be getting more of that as we're doing more mail ordering, even though we should be.
If you compost like we do with our coffee grounds and our vegetable things, and we have a composter in our at Okatee Farms, you can also compost your cardboards because you want so much brown. And so you should be taking your corrugated boxes right now. Right now we're getting more and more corrugated boxes because we're shopping online. And so we shred those through our shredder, and corrugated cardboard goes through our little home shredder. And we shred that, and we mix that in with our vegetable cuttings and stuff and put that in the composter.
I feel like I have a new purpose now as that Amazon box sits there. Oh, that is amazing news. So not only did you give us do's and don'ts, you gave us should do's. Yeah, I love it. Okay, Freddie, it's 2021. We're looking at the calendar. We're watching these dates. We've got our bins counted. We've had the activities. What would you say would be your ideal outcome from the 4 hours? What are you all looking? What are you hoping will happen because of this?
Well, we're going to recognize the neighborhoods that win the top 3 awards that the 4 hours group team determines have done the most. So not just their percentage of recycling, but the activities they've spurred and how the neighbors have helped neighbors. So we're going to reward those neighborhoods and recognize them in several different ways, which we're keeping secrets at this point. So you can't know yet, but I'll come back.
No spoiler alerts. No spoiler alerts.
But, we want to protect our environment. Our waterways, we all know what happened when we had the landfill fire. And the drainage, because they had to put out the fire, and we know that severely affected our shrimp and oyster industry. Well, any kind of environmental hazard is going to do that. So landfills, we want, less going into our landfills. So I guess my individual goal and our 4 hours goal would be there's less in our trash barrels and there's less in our recycling bin because we're reducing what we use and repurposing what we do. At Earth Day last year, there's a lovely lady who takes plastic bags and she crochets mats that are used by the homeless. Now, wouldn't that be fun to organize some people in your neighborhood who are all crocheters that they can crochet mats for the homeless to use instead of putting the plastic bags into the bins at Publix? Just fun little things like that with each people's, but and it's retraining our minds. And we're old, but we can all learn more and just do more. And teach our grandchildren.
I think that's an important part, too, that we want to keep this going. We've all moved here for a reason. We'd like to keep it as beautiful and as conservatively clean as possible. So thank you for doing this. Thank you for the group's efforts. I can't wait to hear the results.
Thank you.
Now we can already predict the winner of that neighborhood challenge. That's the environment. Something to look forward to in 2021.
We're also looking forward to getting back to things we enjoy, like travel. Tell us about that, Joanne.
The On the Go Travel Club president, Sherry Conrad, was in our studio to share some travel opportunities in this segment we call News You Can Use.
Do you love to travel locally in the U.S. or abroad? Then the On the Go Travel Club and our special interest group, WeGo, is for you. Membership benefits include monthly membership meetings with a speaker focusing on a travel topic, monthly WeGo meetings which focus on local events, our monthly newsletter, and numerous trips including day trips, short trips of several days, and sanctioned extended travel trips. Some of our upcoming travel opportunities in 2021 include 4 Georgia islands in 3 days by a local travel agent from April 27th to 29th, a 14-day Heart of the Rockies and Grand Princess cruise, July 17th through 31st, Route of the Vikings, expedition to the Faroe Islands, Iceland, Greenland, and beyond, September 4th through the 27th, and Turkey's Magical Hideaways, October 8th through the 24th. We've also just sanctioned 2 two-week Caribbean cruises for January and February 2022. So what are some of the benefits of traveling with the On the Go Travel Club? By doing so, you can travel with Sun City friends, make new Sun City friends, travel with people who have similar interests, and often receive group discounts for your travel experience. If you wish to participate in the travel club, our general membership meeting is the second Tuesday of each month from September through May, and our WeGo special interest group meets the third Wednesday of each of these months. Speaker topics are varied. For January meeting, it will be short trips close to home by local travel agent. Our February topic is Iceland, And in March, Travel Health will be presented by a local travel medicine nurse. In April, we'll learn about South America, and in May, our speaker will share photos from Cambodia and Vietnam. Right now, we're doing all we can to stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19 by having our meetings online using Zoom, so members can join our meetings from the comfort of their home. Our annual membership is only $5 per person, and our 2021 membership form can be found by going to the Sun City Hilton Head website and accessing the On the Go Travel Club page through the Clubs and Groups General Interest section. Whether you wish to travel locally in the U.S. or internationally, the On the Go Travel Club offers benefits for all travel enthusiasts. We hope you will consider joining our club, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
No?
Here's hoping we can pack those suitcases.
Georgia, fill us in on the latest edition we have packed up in the News You Can Use segment.
Each month, you'll see either Anne-Marie Tabernick or Bill Van Houten providing us updates for a Sun City Board of Directors News You Can Use. Here's Bill kicking off that new segment.
This is Bill Van Houten. I'm going to talk today about the governance structure of Sun City Hilton Head. I'm a resident member of the Board of Directors here. Sun City Hilton Head is a community association. It is a private, not-for-profit homeowners association. It is owned by the residents. There are 8,595 homes as of October 31st, 2020, and it has $165 million plus of assets. To start with, the Homeowners Association is actually governed through the civil government entities within South Carolina. And they consist of the state of South Carolina, Beaufort County, Jasper County, and the city of Hardeeville. We are underneath their particular laws and taxes. Inside Sun City, we are governed by the Board of Directors. Now, the Board of Directors sets policies, budgets, rules, fees, and standards. The board is made up of the declarant, which is the developer, Pulte, which has 3 voting members, Tanya Flanagan, Sarah Kirkland, and Doug Hill. We also have 2 resident voting members, Anna Maria Tabernick, and myself, Bill Van Houten. We currently have 2 alternate residents, which are non-voting, Sherry Friedman and Maggie Dillsworth. Pulte. They are the current developer in Sun City Hilton Head. They build houses here, and they do in the infrastructure that goes with them. They do not provide financial support to Sun City Hilton Head, nor do they manage day-to-day operations in Sun City Hilton Head. The management of our homeowners association and the properties here are through AAM, which is Associated Asset Management. They are a management company that's hired by the Board of Directors. They manage day-to-day operations in Sun City. They follow the directions provided by the Board of Directors in the policies, budgets, rules, standards, fees, and fines. Under the Board of Directors, we have board-appointed committees. They consist of covenants, finance, golf advisory, leadership development, modifications, property and grounds, strategic planning, safety and services, and the resident advisory. The Covenants Committee and the Modifications Committee are the only 2 that are required under our CC&Rs. We then go down to the NRC, which is the Neighborhood Resident Council. It's led by the Resident Advisory Committee. All NRs, neighborhood reps, and alternate neighborhood reps from all neighborhoods are the members. It also consists of 8 district committees, and inside that are the 58 separate neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods, which are at the bottom end of the governance structure, there are 58 individual neighborhoods of various sizes. They are represented by elected neighborhood representatives and alternate representatives. And then each neighborhood committee has a committee comprised of the neighborhood rep, the alternate neighborhood rep, a treasurer, and the social chair. Thank you.
Well, that's extra for January. I'm Joanne Hines. Please check out the program guide in Sensations and the Sun City website for our other Sun City TV monthly shows.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Thank you for watching. Please join us again next month as we bring you extra coverage of stories and features from Sun City News.